all-exclusive realty in Cary, and today I have my friend from the Cary Fire Protection District here to show us how to use a home fire extinguisher. I didn't know myself, so I thought this would be a good video.
I think it will be.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, so
All right.
have at it.
Well, I have two extinguishers here today. I want to talk a little bit about fire first. A fire is not like a person in that a fire has to have heat, it has to have fuel, and it has to have oxygen, just like a person. You have to have those three things to survive. If you take away heat, fuel, or oxygen, the fire will go out. So today we're going to be demonstrating what they call an ABC dry chemical extinguisher. This is a 5-pound model, and this is a 2-pound model, which is probably what you would see in somebody's residence, but you might see one of these. And the reason it's called an ABC extinguisher is because of the different types of fires that it puts out. A Class A fire is ordinary combustibles like wood and paper and trash. A Class B fire would be flammable liquids, which could be gasoline, motor oil, or in a home setting, cooking oil. And a Class C fire is electrical equipment or an electrical outlet, something like that, that is on fire. This extinguisher will put out all of those fires, and what it does, it takes away the oxygen, so that heat, fuel, and oxygen that the fire has to have, it withdraws the oxygen to put the fire out. It doesn't cool it, it smothers it. So what we have with a fire extinguisher like this one has a hose. This one is smaller and it does not. It just has a nozzle. But we have an acronym. You remember what it is, Amy?
Okay, let me think. It's PASS.
P-A-S-S.
P-A-S-S, and that stands for pull the pin, there's a pin in there, aim the nozzle, sweep or squeeze the handle,
Right.
and sweep.
Correct. You pull the pin, you aim the nozzle or the hose, you squeeze the handle to discharge the powder, and then you sweep across. What's important with this is that you sweep across the fire to put it out. You're trying to displace the oxygen. You don't want to put the powder right directly into the container because that could actually spread the fire. So we're going to pretend that this wastebasket is on fire. So what I would do if it was, I would pull the pin, I would aim, I would squeeze the handle, and then sweep. So that's what I would do to put out the fire. And it blocks the oxygen and suffocates the fire. So
You want me to try?
I want Amy to try it.
Okay.
Why don't you try this one first?
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to pull the pin. I'm going to aim the nozzle. I'm going to squeeze and sweep.
She would sweep it right over the container, and that will help smother the fire to put it out. Now, with our smaller 2-pound extinguisher, again, this is probably what you're more commonly going to see in somebody's home. It's a smaller extinguisher in terms of the amount of volume that it's going to put out, but it has the same type of product in it. So with this one, it's the same thing, but you're going to pull the pin. Now you're going to come up here and you're going to aim it. You're going to squeeze the handle and then sweep it. Again, we're doing that to drown out or to suffocate the fire and eliminate the oxygen. You want to try that one real quick?
Yeah. Was I sweeping too wide?
Probably a little bit, yeah, but that's okay. That's how you learn.
There might be a brush fire.
Yeah.
Okay. I pull the pin, aim, squeeze, and sweep.
Perfect. That's what you want to do. Very important if you have a kitchen fire, when you have an extinguisher like this, not to discharge the powder directly into the fire, but sweep it over the fire. Because if you, for example, had cooking oil that was on fire, and if you use the extinguisher and put the powder directly into the oil, it could splash up and spread the fire. So you sweep it across the fire in order to drown it out and get rid of the oxygen. It works quite well. So recommend that you have one of these where it can be easily accessed if there's a fire in the kitchen. The kitchen is the most likely place in a single family home for a fire to start. So what you want to do is make sure you have one of these near your kitchen, and occasionally check the gauge to make sure that the gauge is, there's a little yellow arrow, and make sure it's in the green portion of the gauge which says full and indicates that the pressure for that is good. And if the gauge falls, then you want to replace it.
Well, I just want to thank you, Andy,
Sure.
from the Cary Fire Protection District, and we hope this helps. And again, many thanks.
You're very welcome. Glad to be